Nature, waterways, slopes, mountains, and a dissipated gathering of individuals. What more could an individual need? Just you, a knapsack loaded up with products, a jug of water, and the soul to overcome everything. However, mountains can offer you something other than the standard climbing and bouldering experience. Since mountains have been around for centuries, plenty of things have been left by our predecessors and extraordinary creatures. Today we're looking at the 10 strangest things found on mountains. Number 10. Mont Blanc, Jules. A French climber was left stunned when he stumbled across a metal box on the Mont Blanc glacier. The mountaineer who wants to remain anonymous discovered the box of treasures when climbing the famous Boston Glacier near Chamonix. According to reports in the local newspaper Le Define Liberal, the climber saw the box lying on the ice. And when he opened it, found several little bags marked with the words "Made in India." To his astonishment, inside the bags were gems, sapphires, rubies, and emeralds that had an estimated value of up to $33, 2000. This treasure is believed to be linked to 2 mysterious plane crashes involving an Indian airliner in the middle of the last century. The climber handed the treasure over to the police. What an honest human being! We can safely assume that almost anyone else would just keep the findings to themselves, but there sure are some good people in the world. Hope he got his cut. Before moving to the next number, we just want small favor from you. Like and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get 1 week good luck for you. Try this, it really works. Number 9. Nanotechnology. In 1991, the appearance of extremely tiny, coil-shaped artifacts found in the mountain region of Russia. This brought about a debate that has continued to this day. These manufactured coils were initially discovered during geological research associated with the extraction of gold in the Ural Mountains. These pieces include coil spiral shafts and other unidentified components. While the largest of these objects measures 1.18 inches. The smallest is only 1/10,000th of an inch, and many exhibit gold and mean proportions. Their shape suggests they're manufactured and not naturally occurring metal fragments. Though many have asserted that these tiny structures are merely debris left behind from test rockets being launched from a nearby planet's space station. A report from the Moscow Institute found that they are far too old to have come from modern manufacturing. The pieces were found at a depth between 3 and 10 meters. In a geological stratus between 20,000 and 318,000 years old. How were humans able to manufacture such tiny components in the distant past, and what were they used for? Some believed that the coils proved humanity enjoyed a sophisticated level of technology in the Pleistocene era, while others assert that the findings are the work of extraterrestrials. Number 8. Perfectly preserved maiden. This woman frozen in ice may not seem that disturbing at first glance. But when you hear her backstory and really see the detail in her frozen body, it may send a chill down your spine. This mummy was found over 20,000 feet above sea level on the edge of a volcano, lofty on the mountain of Volcan Uyayaca in Argentina. She went with what can be assumed were her children. It's said that she was so well preserved that she still had lice in her hair. The researchers and doctors who were examining her were completely freaked during the examination, with one even noting the realistic nature of her hands, reminding him of a living, breathing human being. It's assumed her clan sacrificed her to the volcano due to her many illnesses, which included tuberculosis. Since she was so well preserved, doctors could conclude her many illnesses, and it even gave scientists the idea about the period in which she lived, which was almost 500 years ago. Number 7. Blacked out. A large area of the Kangtega Peak in Nepal is blacked out on Google Earth, which is according to alien and UFO conspiracy theorists. An explanation that the people with power do not want you to see what is located in that area of the summit of the Himalayas in Nepal. But some skeptics have suggested that the blacked out area on Google Maps could be due to a glitch, rather than a deliberate attempt to hide the entrance to a secret base. But conspiracy theorists have rejected the suggestion as to the delusional views of coincidence theorists. What do you think? Which is it? A glitch or a UFO site? Number 6. Valley of the Headless Man. This already sounds so terrifying. In 1908, brothers Willie and Frank McLeod embarked on a mission into the Nahanni Valley, Canada, in search of gold. They never returned. 2 years later, the bodies of the McLeod brothers were found on the banks of the Nahanni River. Their heads, though, were nowhere to be found. The two men were murdered, decapitated, and left on the side of the river for the next party of explorers to find. 9 years after the McLeod brothers were found, Martin Jorgensen set off at the Nahanni Valley on a quest for gold. Soon after, Jorgensen sent out letters claiming he'd struck gold. His cabin was mysteriously burned to the ground. The stays of his body were found among the ashes. Just like the McLeod brothers, Jorgensen's body was found without a head. In 1945, a miner from Ontario succumbed to the same fate. His body was found headless in his sleeping bag. We may never know the truth behind these headless tales, but what we do know is this is one terrifying mountain. Number 5. Crystal Clear Lake. Have you ever visited the High Tatras in Slovakia? They're the highest mountain range within the Carpathians, with 25 peaks over 2,500 meters above sea level. These mountains are full of breathtaking mountain lakes. All lakes are amazing, but none of them is as amazing as the Velika Hinkovo Pliso. It's the biggest and deepest glacial mountain lake in the High Tatras. The maximum depth is 53 meters or 174 feet. Its surface remains frozen for around 270 days of the year. What makes this lake so unique? The water is so crystal clear you can see almost 12 meters deep. The scene is terrifying yet breathtaking. A spectacular video of the frozen lake of Velika Hinkovo Pliso went viral, and that's when the world got to know more about it. It showed the ice, which is like a clear sheet of glass, allowing for a perfect view of the bottom. It was so surreal that people contested the video was fake. Fortunately, it was very much real. That's nature for you. Number 4. Otzi, the Iceman. No matter what cool things happen to you on your vacation, you're never going to be able to top this story. Two hikers found Otzi the Iceman while on their hiking trip in the Ötztal Alps at the border between Austria and Italy. First, it was thought that he was a victim of a modern mountaineering accident. We now know that wasn't even close to the truth. Otzi was a man who lived between 3100 BCE, and National Geographic reported he's got at least 19 relatives living around Austria. We also know he had a tough life. He had advanced gum disease, hardened arteries, gallstones, and high levels of arsenic in his system, and had suffered damage from frostbite. He had Lyme disease. He liked his souvenirs too. The axe he carried was from Tuscany, hundreds of miles from where he died. Research done on the contents of his stomach found that his last meal, which was ibex, had been dry cured in a way not unlike the process we use to make bacon. What connects humanity across all times and places is love for bacon. Number 3. Ancient pipelines. In a mysterious pyramid in China's Qinghai province near Mount Baigong, there are 3 caves filled with pipes leading to a nearby saltwater lake. There are also pipes under the lake bed and on the shore. The iron pipes range in size from some even smaller than a toothpick. The strangest part is they may be about 150,000 years old. Even though humans have only thought to have inhabited the region for the past 30,000 years. Strange, right? No one knows what these pipelines were used for or who built them. People have come up with all types of theories about the structure. Many believe that the pyramid may have been built by intelligent beings. Theorists haven't dismissed the theory that ancient extraterrestrials may handle this amazing structure. Another theory is that it was built by prehistoric humans with techniques lost to humans of a later period. Number 2. The Viking sword on the mountain. This find is from Norway, where a group of reindeer hunters found a well-preserved sword at a high altitude. It is the sword of a Viking and is believed to be more than 1,000 years old. His finding led experts to believe that there might be other artifacts out there waiting to be discovered. But after some exploration, they came to learn that the Viking sword was an isolated find. The quality of the iron and the extreme cold is what kept this artifact intact. Although there were probably some organic materials with it that disappeared over the years. After some research, people learned that the Viking who owned the sword was probably lost and died in the mountain where it was found. Number 1. Dyatlov Pass hikers. Russia's Dyatlov Pass incident has been the subject of great speculation and scientific analysis for over half a century. In January of 1959, a team of experienced Russian mountaineers was trekking in the Ural Mountains on a stretch of the slopes known as a dead mountain. That is, until they perished under mysterious circumstances. Personal diaries and film discovered on site confirmed that the team had made camp, but something caused the hikers to flee in the middle of the night, cutting their way out of the tent and scrambling across the mountain. Barely dressed, despite sub-zero temperatures and a thick layer of snow. When a search and rescue team finally found them weeks later, scattered over the pass, they discovered that while 6 of the hikers had died from hypothermia, the remaining 3 hikers had been killed by extreme physical trauma. There were body parts missing. One hiker's eyes, another's tongue, and severe skeletal damage to some of the skulls and chests. What could have caused all this? Would you want to go there? What's the strangest thing you found on the mountains? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.